So I'd like to introduce our vocab for mini unit 5 on political change. So our first term here is the bourgeoisie, and this is a category of European society that was legal, is recognized by the law. It's typically a person who's a merchant, highly skilled craftsman or artisan, but perhaps like a master carpenter uh, or international banker. Uh, they were an emerging group, very wealthy, in some cases, actually wealthier than the nobles. Uh, Sometimes this group is thought of as the middle class. The next three relate to one another. A radical, this is someone calling for complete political, social, or economic change. A moderate is more defined by holding the middle ground between the radicals and conservatives. And a conservative is someone who doesn't want change, wants to stick to the tradition and values, whether it be political, social, or economic. Vocab term 5 is liberalism. It's important that we understand that in this case, it's an idea, right? So it doesn't mean the same thing in 2019 as it did back in the 17 and 1800s when we're studying. So this is an ideology that advocates uh, civil liberties, rule of law, as well as an emphasis on economic freedom. Uh, 6 is the middle class. This is a group typically seen as between the rich and the poor, but it's heterogeneous, composed of business professionals, bureaucrats, and sometimes wealthy farmers and skilled workers. A legislature, vocab term 7. This is a thing like our U.S. Congress and Assembly, which they have the authority to make laws. They have the legislative power. A republic, this is a type of government in which power is held by the people and they elect representatives for them. 9, Atlantic revolutions. This is an event where so we're actually looking at a series of revolutions that occurred during the 17 and 1800s on countries that bordered the Atlantic Ocean, hence the name. And lastly, 10, nationalism. This is two parts, this definition. One is loyalty or devotion to the nation. And what's important to recognize here is this a sense of national awareness, exalting one nation above all others, uh, which means nationalism is not like patriotism. Patriotism is you love your country regardless of your thoughts towards other places. Nationalism means that you love your country to the point where you see it as better than all others. So there is a superiority complex that goes along with it. But nationalism also has this other definition where we're looking at how do you build a nation? How do you bring people together through things like mundane things like building of roads, but also institutions, whether it be sports, religious, education. Thank you very much.